Hello, everybody. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Azami. And if you're not new here, welcome back. But before I get started with anything, peoples, family, thank you. Thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. Nah, I'm happy as hell, okay? Because it's not just 1,000. Right now, I'm at 1,100 subscribers. I'm at 1,100 subscribers right now. It's getting serious. It's getting real. More eyes are watching me. So now I gotta lock in and I gotta put in that work. Some more, I could build a community, but I'm already building one, and it feels so nice to be seen, to feel heard, to be supported when I didn't even feel like I was capable of being any of those things, just simply by the people that was in my life. It's like when you let go of dead weight, you are able to bring in the new. Not just releasing anything, but releasing pain from the past in order to heal and grow and thrive and flourish and blossom, like a flower. And this is going to be talking about me healing my inner child, being born the oldest daughter, the only daughter in a Black household. It's crazy how, like, when you are born the oldest and you start having siblings and your parents start actually going through certain things that make you out of touch of the child that you were, because now you have other things to focus on rather than being present in that moment. The thing about our inner child is that connecting with our inner child is relearning how to be present after being responsible for so many things, being responsible, being responsive, always being responsive. And being the oldest daughter, it's like I always had to respond to my parents' needs and wants and requirements for me, as far as being responsible for my younger siblings, being responsible for household chores at such a young age, being responsible for the knowledge of what is actually going on in my life, being responsible for growing up early. And that responsibility, it trickles down into who I am now, being responsible for a victim mentality, being responsible for getting back in touch with the inner child that was once lost. We lose our inner child when we are a child, when adult responsibilities dawn on us and we actually start having to think, and it takes us and forces us to be removed outside of the present moment. I always talk about this on my channel because this is such a reality. This is like a moment in my life where I was at a reality show. Now, I've always been in Black spaces, but it was from 5th grade to 6th grade, that middle school transition, where my eyes opened to how people actually are and how it sucks being present and actually have to think about certain things. It's actually about being present with who I was in the time, being present and being true and authentic to me. It was when I was embracing the true nature of who I was, because I was 10 and I turned 11 and people started shitting on that. And so it's like now I have to think about how I need to fit in. So it's pushing me away from being in the present moment, and it's forcing me to think deep about things that are trivial and that don't even really align and resonate with my soul, like shoe game. I had to think about shoe game. Like, I would think that the shoes that I would wear would be cute because it's cute, in my eyes. And then I get to middle school and people are like, what the hell are you doing? It's like when you show your parents a painting when you're young and you're like, oh my gosh, this is a masterpiece. Like, I really did this shit. And they look at it and they're like, oh, okay. And they push it to the side and you're like, wait, I thought it was nice, but this reaction, this energy is like, I don't know what this is. So maybe it's not as nice as I thought it was. And it's kind of like been that way my whole life. And it's not even just about being an older sister. It's about being the black sheep. It's about really everybody around you not really resonating with your authenticity because they have been forced to be so responsible and responsive their whole life. They're forced to respond in the ways that everybody else would want them to respond. And that's what I'm healing from. And it's kind of sad. Like, when you start going through that process and you're starting to be more present and you're starting to be more sensitive to your body. When you start to be more sensitive to your body, you start to be more sensitive to energies and the energies that other people possess around you. And when you really get into it, everybody's so sad. It's everybody's so sad. Everybody's so sad because they just don't feel right in their own body. Being the older sister, I felt a deep neglect from my parents, and I felt as if I've been the observer to my parents' issues because my parents were so enthralled with themselves that I became enthralled with them and responding to them and being something, just something for them, a catalyst, an emotional catalyst for them to project however they felt about each other onto me. I'm getting into a stage of my life where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go no contact with some people. Like, I'm actually gonna release the emotional burden. Every time I communicate with these people, I feel the pain of the past. And I want to release this resentment. And in order for me to release this resentment, I can't keep getting reminded of this pain by their presence. So I have to do this for myself. I have to go no contact. Because if I sit there and talk and express how I feel, if I sit there and decide to reside in their presence, after knowing that they're still doing the same things that are not only harming themselves but harming me, it's so crazy. Like, you know, when you walk back into an old space with the older energy, your childhood energy, and you look around and you're like, wow, this is the very thing I wanted to escape from. Why did I come back here? This is the very thing that I wanted to run away from. Why am I doubling back? Why do I feel any type of sympathy, empathy, emotion about anything? When I knew that I wanted to run away from this, I wanted to scream and shout and let it all out. And then when I got away, I was at peace and I came back and I'm like, oh fuck no. I didn't miss this energy. I missed the memory. I missed the good times. But I forgot that the bad outweighed the good. I realized that, you know, like I said, everybody's sad, everybody's hurting. And when you're kind of like the older child, you're like the guinea pig child. You're like the child that where the parents, they're just now learning, they're learning you through themselves. And I've seen this poet talk about, she says something along the lines of, my mother doesn't know me past her own shadow. And it's not just my mom, it's my parents. It's not just my parents, it's certain people. It's like people will only meet you as far as they meet themselves. And if they haven't met their own shadow, then how would they hold themselves accountable to the pain that they placed upon you? No. People are too prideful. People are too prideful to sit there and say, you know what, I was wrong for this. You know what, I shouldn't have put you in this situation. And so since people are too prideful to do that, why do I have to double down to make amends for a relationship that I didn't break? It's like growing up not just as the older sister. It's not just about growing up as the older sister. It's not just about growing up as the black sheep. It's about growing up in a situation where parents and people were just too focused on the surface and the surface of themselves, the shell of themselves. They were too focused on what other people thought about them. They were too focused on how can they appear to be to certain people, to even myself. How can they trick others into believing the illusion of them than actually being themselves? And so when you start seeing through people like glass because of the trauma and the pain that you've been through, after you stop becoming the victim to your own life and really starting to hold yourself accountable once you become an adult. Because once you become an adult, it's all on you now, especially in African American households. I mean, like, it's like they don't even make it livable for certain kids. They don't even make it livable. Like, it don't even feel right to go back. And I'm only 19. Why should I be saying that? The disadvantage behind being being African American, being Negro in this world is the trauma that was passed down from parents to parents to parents to parent. And it's the curse of not knowing your true potential are knowing your true potential and choosing not to tap into that. Knowing your worth and choosing to really deny how worthy you are. Dimming your light. The curse of not letting your light shine. And so in order to break that curse for myself, I have to let my light shine. No. I'm a Leo. I have to let my light shine. I'm the sun. I have to let my light shine. I'm a star. I can't even imagine that. At this point in my life, it's like crazy. And that's why I'm like, wow, thank you for 1,000 subscribers. Because now I feel like my light is finally beginning to shine. People are taking their sunglasses off and they're sun gazing. And when they sun gaze, they look at me. I snapped. She's a poet, y'all. She's a writer. Healing and tapping into that inner child connection is becoming more present with the pain that you faced from the past. And really sitting in that and figuring out how you're going to act on that in a positive way for yourself, in a way where you can alchemize that emotion, in a way where you can transmute it into beautiful energy. And that's why I chose this route, this YouTube route, this artist route, this creative route, this hippie route, this earthy, whatever route. I chose this route because it acts as a middle ground. For me, it's like a rude awakening, but on a beautiful sunny day. I need that. I need that to help me get out of my shit. And I think most people should choose the route to following source. You get that rude awakening, and then you look outside and you're like, wow, it's a beautiful, beautiful day. You know what? Let me just go outside and put my feet in the grass. But guys, this video is getting long. Thank you guys so much. I'm so grateful for 1,000 subscribers. I have something beautiful planned for y'all. My solar return is coming up. It's gonna be my 20th year on this earth. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I finally decided to wear a necklace, so check me out. If you mess with my necklace, check me out. My Etsy shop, link in description, or in my community post. I put my heart and soul into these necklaces, bro. I'm still learning, but I think I'm doing a pretty damn good job. Do you hear me? So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for me. Bye.
I've been in my happy thoughts and I just really haven't had time.